So this is the said spreadsheet of where I've been since as far as I can remember. So not when I was a kid, but as far as I can remember. And what I did was I made a spreadsheet that took all that data and automatically plotted that on this sheet. And so, for example, starting 20th of April, I'm so close. That's the end, by the way. That's the end. The end is in sight. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. So this is a time when I was away from the UK. Where did I go? 2021. Where the fuck was I for so long? Like half a month. Where was I? I don't remember. That's the longest I've been away. That is that's when I did the 3-month trip in Germany and the Czech Republic and Poland. No, not in that order. That was probably, yeah, that was in Canada, like 2 weeks. I don't remember where I was. I'm not going to click over to the timeline because I'm going to give you all my personal info, but 2021. Where was I in 2021 for 2 weeks? August? Oh, no, that's 23. Oh, yeah, I was away. Yeah, I was away for a whole month in 23. That's the longest I've been away. I was in Lithuania for 23. I'll look at that later. But anyway, so over here is the quota I've got, because it says I cannot be away for more than 180 days every 12-month period. It's very confusing. That's the whole reason I made that spreadsheet, because like it's really hard to calculate very like precisely on your own. That's why I had a spreadsheet do it for me. So for example, let's say on this day, that's basically saying, oh, I can be away for like another 163 days until I get disqualified from settlement. The worst I had, it was 120. That's the worst. Yeah, I had only 123 days left, but that's fine. The color changes based on how much quota I've got left, and it's all in green, so I'm good. So don't worry about it. That's such a good idea. Don't get duped into paying £500 more. I think there are good reasons for paying that. For example, Evan Edinger paid for the priority processing every single time, because I mean, he is a full-time YouTuber, I think, right? I think he is. And he says he wants to make sure he's able to go to any YouTuber events that might happen. So he pays for that every time so that he gets his passport back and he's able to leave the country. And he's gone through a few different visas. So every single time he's paid that money. Thankfully, I've only got one visa. I've only had one visa. So it's only this step where I have to consider paying that 500 more. But I'm basically in the same situation now where I'm like, will I be able to go to the conference, the event? We'll find out in 2 months' time. I wonder if they apply the 180 days rule to people in Northern Ireland who have the right to go to the Republic of Ireland. Shit, I actually don't know. Because it's a common travel area. Because what I do know is, while my settlement is processing, I tell people I can't leave the UK. That's like simplified version of it. But I cannot leave the UK, Ireland, Isle of Man, and the Channel Islands. So I can go to any of those places. I can go to Isle of Man during my processing, and obviously I can't go to Ireland because they can't stop me from going from Northern Ireland over to the Republic. But that's a very good question. I actually don't know. Lawful presence? Does it say Ireland? No idea. Huh. Interesting. Doesn't say. I had more than 30 trips in the last 5 years. The system can only accept 30 trips elements, so I had to use extra. Really? You have to list everything? Oh, shit. Let me check. I'm going to switch back to this so that you don't see my the details of my spreadsheet. But how many trips have I got? Let me count. So I'm going to verbally count for you. So I started in April 21. I also, in my spreadsheet, I number all my trips so I can just do the maths. Oh, but the annoying thing is I in my spreadsheet, I make Scotland and Wales a different country because why not? So I have to take those away because those don't count. April 2021, England, so Poland, Scotland doesn't count, Poland again, Wales doesn't count, France, Poland again, Portugal, Poland. Why the fuck have I been to Poland so many times? Italy, Lithuania. That's 2 times because I came back to England in between. Ireland. Does Ireland count? Jackie, does Ireland count? It counts, right? So I have to count Ireland. Republic of Ireland, I mean. So 10. And then Denmark, Netherlands, Hungary, Germany, Belgium, France. Cornwall doesn't count. Canada, Ireland, Czechia, Poland, Netherlands. So 21 now. Portugal. Romania's in the future. So 22. I've got 22 trips. I don't need extra paper. So you're more well-traveled than I am. All I do is just go to Poland again and again, and I go to Scotland, well, because my partner was living there, and I go to Wales a couple of times. Mainly Poland. I think probably the Polyglot Gathering, and also something else. The irony is the government will just count per year. No way. Don't tell me that. I've done all this. I've done all this just to satisfy the requirement. And now you tell me they wouldn't care? Can't wait for this day to come sooner for me. I need my name and gender change. Ah, right. Because your Hong Kong identity is in your, like, probably dead name and no gender, right? By the way, I also on my spreadsheet, again, I won't show you this because it's quite personal, but I have a sheet that's all the visas I've had, and then also like how far in I am in my residency requirement. And I watched the percentage go up day by day for 5 years now. And now I'm at 98.43%, which is it's crazy to think about. I've literally watched it go up from 0 all the way to 98%. Time flies. Time is not real. It's crazy. First time chatter. Hello, I's meme van. I would take the wording at face value. 180 days in the UK. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But I wonder how they do that, because if you go to Ireland, from Northern Ireland, they probably don't stamp your passport or anything, because literally there's no border control. So maybe that would be a bit. Maybe if you just don't report it, it'll be fine. I don't know. Polska Gurum. This kind of nerdiness I live for. To be fair, I can't take credit for that. My friend Samuel gave me the idea for the spreadsheet in the first place, and then I took it and then I put my own spin on it. So the sheet that I just showed you, the residency requirement one, I came up with the idea for that specific sheet using the data that I have, and then I worked out the formula. So it took me a whole working sheet to work out the formula, but then he took it and made it look nice. So it's a collaborative effort. Whereas the other ones, like the main timeline with all the data, the flights, the different countries that I've been, I have a tally of like how much time I've spent in each country. That is all his idea. I did come up with the idea of making a tally of how much time I spent in each continent. So I've spent 28.5% of my life in Europe, which is over a fourth now, over a quarter. Yep, it doesn't need updating. Yep, still quite up to date. I have a ranking of how much time I spent in each country. I've spent a weird amount of time in Scotland. Like a whole 2 months in Scotland. Ireland counts. Okay. Polish passport when? I have to live there, I don't know, how many years to do that? Maybe afterwards. I can't change shit for stuff here because I need to match my own. Oh, welcome to my life, Vivian. I mean, yours is probably a lot messier because of the gender change and all that, but that's basically what I'm going through as well. Great. It's so annoying. Why can't you just change it? I guess it's to prevent fraud, to prevent people from making up completely new identities for themselves for fraud purposes. But it should be allowed when you do the same thing for gender purposes. It's hard to draw the line. Aye, gang. That's a good point. In theory, there's nothing proving you went to the ROI being in the CTA, so just hope no bureaucrat questions. Thankfully, I haven't been to Ireland that much. I mean, when I fly there, I do get a stamp, right? I don't remember. Let me check. Where is my passport? Where is my goddamn passport? Imagine if I lost it. Right here. Here. British passport, obviously. The red one. Oh my god, I'm gonna get a blue one in like a year and a half. But yeah, it looks blue because the what they call the cover is blue, but the actual passport is red. Sometimes people get surprised when I pull out a British passport. I'm like, yeah. And then I'm also talking about applying for British citizenship. That confuses people. Did I get a stamp for Ireland? Okay, can anyone tell me? You fly to Dublin, you get stamped. Okay, so I guess I did get stamped. Does it have the EU's stamp format? Does it look the same as all the other EU ones? No, they have their own stamp, because even though they're in the EU, they have a really fun stamp, a much bigger one. That says Irish Naturalization and Immigration Service, Dublin Airport, temporary visitor permission not renewable. Okay. Wait, hold on. I can remain in Ireland for a maximum of 90 days, but it's in a common travel area. I should be allowed to be in Ireland indefinitely, right? Right? As long as I'm allowed to be in the UK, I should be allowed to be in Ireland. How does that work? Can anyone tell me? How does that work? I stayed in Ireland, ROI for a few days, so I stayed in Donegal over in ROI, but I go between NI and ROI. Oh, good luck. Polish passport is like 10 years. It's crazy. Getting one is by decent right now, so maybe borrow mine? Just say your name is Dan. Borrow That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would love to go live in a different country at some point, but it's just a lot of work. I had the easy way out. My visa is super... I have to sound more British. My visa is super easy because I come from Hong Kong, you know, Britain. Oh, British Empire. So I got the easy way out, but still, it took 5 years. And then if I were to go to somewhere else and try to get residency again, I would have to actually get a proper job, full-time employment of that sort. That's too much work, you know. I'll just stay where I am and try to make life work here. I know how to live in this country, right? You're not part of Schengen, so maybe that makes sense. Oh yeah. So maybe the EU stamps are the Schengen stamps. The Schengen countries all look the same. I mean, the stamp looks the same.